Working hard or hardly working? Hey, this is Ganatra. And this is the podcast that's going to be all about those significant figures. That's right, chemistry podcast in the house. Okay, let's not get too excited. Before we get moving, let's go ahead and establish what sig figs are. Sig figs, otherwise known as significant figures, are the digits of a number that carry meaning contributing to that number's particular precision. Okay, so what does that mean? To try to explain it, I'm going to need you to go grab a calculator. I'll be waiting. Grab that Casio. Yeah. Okay, I can't take this guy seriously. Seriously, Elmo? This guy's more serious. Go get it. Okay. Fine. Just be that lazy kid that uses the one right off the computer. So, look for an object nearest to you, about 10 inches. Type that number into your calculator. Now multiply that number by 2.54. The number that should now be on your calculator should be approximately the same distance you estimated, but in centimeters. So notice something about the two numbers. The first problem was probably just a guess at how long the object you chose actually was. You probably didn't literally go over and measure the object, unless you just pause this video. So think about how inaccurate your mental approximation was. Not terribly close, unless you're just too good at guessing and awesome like me. Oh yeah. You probably didn't go guessing some random number like 13.4275 or one whatever. Unless you're that one guy who sits in the back doing stuff like that. Don't be that guy. Nobody likes it. Okay, so now I'm going to get some random object to measure. Don't worry, I'm fast. Hey, looky here. It's the old Zoom doll textbook. Completely untouched, which may or may actually not be there, but that's besides the point. Okay, so I'm going to measure this. Say it's about 16 inches. Okay, now I'm going to convert that to centimeters. I got 40.64, but obviously that's not actually the length of this book. Think about how sure I am of that number, that 40.64 centimeters. If I was just to walk up to you and say, hey, that book is definitely 40.64 centimeters. No, because you'd say I was lying and tell me to go home. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but you get the point. Children, remember, no one's trying to fool you. Let's take out the animal feet and rethink this. Anyway, but significant figures, this is where it comes to play. Sig figs put a standardized limit on the amount of numbers you can use, making measurements seem more accurate and reasonable. I'm not going to be perfectly accurate with any of my measurements. Even if I do find out that this is 40.64 centimeters, still nobody would believe me. Okay, now about this reasonable business. 30 centimeters sounds a lot better than 26.78. There really is a difference, if you think about it, between 16 inches and 16.0 inches. You may be like, hey, but that's the same thing. No, because if you have that extra zero on the end, it shows how much more confidence you have in that number. You're so confident that you think it's all the way correct to the 10th place. At this point, you may be thinking, all that I know is wrong. When do zeros matter at the end, and when do they not? You need to put anything after the decimal point. So, how do you know how many sig figs to use for what things? Well, luckily, some other smart people already thought of that and came up with some rules to make it easy for us. Oh yeah! Woo! I know it's too good to be true, but deal with it. You can start with all the applause. Determining how many significant figures or digits we should use should be a cakewalk. Not that you're actually going to receive any cake or anything. Regardless, let's get into the rules of sig figs. Here they are. You probably want to write these down. Okay, so the first one's pretty basic. Actually, never mind. This isn't PH. I should say straightforward. Talk about significance. Sometimes I just outdo myself. Okay, getting back on topic. Non-zeros are anything that's not a zero. The second one says that zeros at the end of the number and to the right of the decimal are significant. Okay, the third one is sandwich zeros. The fourth one is definitions and or results of counting gets you unlimited significant figures. Okay, so what's a definition? A definition is like something like 12 inches is a foot, or 100 centimeters in a meter. Not stuff like 2.54 centimeters is an inch, because that's not actually true. I was just making up that stuff before. Okay, so what's counting? Counting is if you literally counted 4 books on a table. Obviously, it's unlimited sig figs because whenever you count, you get a definite answer. Here are some example problems. Just calculate the correct number of sig figs. Here are the answers. That's it. Keep calm and remember sig figs. And remember, whether you make this or this, the reward will come. Whether it means a skip on your college exam or a 2-cent discount on your death coffin, the rewards will come. because you too can own this space of pure accomplishment. Yes! Podcast over!